Hello everyone. My name is Aditya Chitnis and today I'm joined with one of the legends of Indian football, Gumpe Rime. Gumpe Rime is a coach educator, a former under 23 for a goalkeeping coach, and currently he's with the Reliance Foundation Young Champs as a goalkeeping coach. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Aditya. How are you?
Great, sir. Great. After meeting with you, chatting with you, it was going to be amazing. So, at the time of this recording, guys, the India versus Pakistan's match in the SAFF Championships is finished. India has won the game 4-0, and now we are going to discuss some points about the game with Gumpe sir. So, sir, to begin with, what do you make of India's overall performance in the game? As yes, we won 4-0, but what do you make out as the highlight of the game today?
First of all, I think it was a bit difficult for Pakistan team because they arrived very late for the
Yes,
competition. I
yes,
think due to visa issues, I think which should have been sorted out much earlier because a team coming in very late. As you saw the
yeah,
post-match discussion where they mentioned about some of the players arriving as late as 5 p.m. today. So that is very surprising. So that definitely affects. But I think India was the expectation was much higher because if you given the ranking of our country and the
yeah,
ranking of Pakistan country, so I think India could have done much better. I feel that like we won by 4 goals, but
yes.
the first 2 goals, I think I feel sorry for the Pakistan goalkeeper. It was a mistake which
Yes,
put them in the back foot very early on.
yes, yes. So definitely, was one of my questions. So as you are a goalkeeping coach, we would like to understand what exactly went wrong for Saqib Hanif in that moment when he miskicked the ball. Was it the rain
Uh,
playing down on him, or the heavy rains which made the ball slip out of his foot, or what went wrong with it?
in a way, yes, because the soggy condition sometimes the ball rolls, and in the soggy condition,
Yeah,
sometimes ball gets stuck. You can it's understandable, but I think it was good pressure by Sunil Chhetri. He kept chasing for the ball. Of course, the ball was much in control of the goalkeeper. Hanif, he had the control of the ball, but the momentary lapse of concentration can sometimes cause you a big trouble. So I think bad luck for him. He missed the kick, and then good presence of mind by Chetri because if he don't keep chasing that ball, even if he
yes,
misses
definitely.
that clearance, he can still recover. But you know,
Mhm.
folks in the box, as we all know,
Yeah,
Chetri still scoring at this age. Yeah, well
captain is
done.
always hungry for more.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That we saw that on multiple occasions actually. So India was playing a 4-2-3-1. They were pressing very high. Then the goal in the beginning of the match, the Pakistan defenses were making mistakes because of that. So this
Yeah.
high pressing game that India is playing nowadays, what do you like make of this playing style? Is this what suits our players right now?
Uh, I think if you see the Intercontinental Cup in Bhubaneswar, the weather condition was so hot that you cannot
Yes.
play those high pressing football there. So the the playing pattern was completely different there. Now in Bangalore, the temperature is perfect to play football, 22, 23 degree, I think, and it's pouring, raining at the same
Yeah.
time. I think definitely you must play high pressing football, and which India did, and then
Yes.
we were benefited. We got the benefit of pressing high and then pushing them backward.
Yes. So that's about it of the first goal, box in the box, captain. But the next goal was a penalty. What do you make of that penalty? That handball, a clear penalty?
Absolutely, that's a penalty because he stopped the ball away from his body. If the
Yes.
ball hits
Hands
his
were away
hand
from the
and
ball.
the hand is in the body is behind, then it's not given a penalty. But
Yeah.
the hand was off his body and he blocked the path of the ball, and it's a clear penalty. So no doubt
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Well, what I actually noticed in that penalty, sir, was that although Saqib Hanif, the Pakistan goalkeeper, was low on his morale, he had just committed that mistake. Still, he went in the
Mhm.
right direction. He jumped to the right direction on Chetri's penalty. Although Chetri had dispatched the penalty brilliantly in the corner, but Saqib Hanif
Mhm.
still went in the right direction. So a good goalkeeping, good morale to come back and try and make the save on that one.
Yeah, you can see his body language throughout the game. Even though they lost 4-0, he made some good interception as well, and he made some mistake also. Yeah, again another mistake he made in the very second minute of the second half. Ball slipped out of his hand, and Ashik could have easily tapped the ball in and killed the game there. Those mistakes can happen. But despite making those mistakes, you can see his body language. He showed his character. That shows his experience. And despite making mistake, he is still very much in the game.
Yes, definitely. Even on the second penalty which India got, he still went on the right direction. This time, our captain dispatched it into the top corner, but Saqib Hanif was already diving in the right direction as well. So that shows his character, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talking about it, sir, we mentioned it in the beginning as well. India could have scored many more goals. So what I'm saying is India has got around 9 corner kicks in the game, 9 set pieces, and many other free kicks as well. But we're really not able to create that clear chances, except for Udanta's goal. So what is the next step? Where should India improve? How can they make the most of this set pieces?
Uh, See, it depends on the coach's plan and how they take the match as per the opponent. Depending on the opponent's ability and their strength and weakness, they plan. So of course, everybody wants to see different kind of football. My way of seeing football is different, and your way of seeing football is different. But definitely, with very speedy wingers we have in our team, I think we could have used to wing more than what we did today. So wing could have been exploited more often.
Yeah, a little more penetrative into the box, creating more chances in front, maybe through those crosses
Yes,
coming in.
yes.
Yes. So let's talk about Udanta Singh now. Subbed on and scored immediately. A ball from Anwar Ali, where he scored that
Mhm.
amazing goal. What do you make of Udanta's performance? Was the super sub of the game?
That was a very well timed run. From that the ball was played into the right behind the defenders and in front of the goalkeeper. That's a kind of ball everybody wants to deliver, and ball was delivered perfectly. And Udanta timed this run very well, and then it was a very cool finish. Goalkeeper came out. There was a defender chasing him. Took a touch before he could slot the ball in. So it was a very cool finish from Udanta.
As soon as he was subbed on, we started seeing more of those wingers getting into the game. After the substitution was made, as we talked before, the wing could have done more. So maybe Udanta did a good job in that on that front, getting the wings into the game. Then let's talk about the Indian defense now. So the Indian defense has now managed to keep, I think, 6 or 7 clean sheets in the last games. They have
Seventh clean sheet.
7 clean sheets, right? Seven. They have broken a record which was long standing. I think it was like 71-year-old record which has broken down. So what is going right for this defense? What are they doing best right now?
I think for the moment, you could see this combination of Sandesh and Anwar seems to be, very good. It's going very good. Both of them are very uh, complementing each other very well. Anwar is winning all the balls or intercepting all the balls, reading the through balls, and Sandesh, as usual, is strong in the air and he shows his leadership quality in the back line. So both of them are complementing each other. Although we have seen right back and left back we have been suffering a lot of wing backs, right back and left back. We have multiple options. It's very good for the coaches to have that options. But center back, we need to have a very steady center back. Yeah. So these two at the moment is doing a great job. And then I think we can see that we have kept 7 clean sheet, and in
Amazing.
every time if the team that doesn't concede never loses a game. There's a saying goes, you can always score 1 goal, but if you so that's it. So very good, strong defending by these two center back.
The defense wins you trophies, as they say.
Yeah.
Sir, let's talk about Harminder as well, the goalkeeper of the Indian team. What is your feedback regarding Harminder? How's he done? How's he done in his performances? Despite having someone like Gurpreet, we've went with Harminder. So, any words about Harminder?
course, we have seen him every time he has been given a chance to play for the national team. He have always shown his quality. So he's one of the most calm and composed goalkeeper that we see in Indian football. Showing his experience. You'll never see him rushing out in hastily. His decision making, timing of coming out, and those aerial balls. It was wet and rainy, so he came out and dealt with all the crosses very well. And then we saw that one moment when there was the pressure on him, next right near the goal post, he showed his skill of dribbling as well, and that shows the composure of a goalkeeper. And then
that was pretty amazing to see as a fan. The dribble until last man dribbling the ball. Okay, so now we come on to the one odd incident which happened in the game, the little scuffle between Igor stimac, he coming out and interfering with the play. So I just want to know, or even it would be great for our viewers to know as well, when a manager gets a red card like that, how does it affect the players around? How does it affect the dugout? What is the situation at the time?
This could have led to a brawl in the in the
sidelines.
Team.
Yeah.
Both the team could have ended up, started hitting each other. This can lead to a fight, actually. But I think this was very unnecessary from the coach part. So he could have just avoided it. We are already leading. We're leading by 2 goals. So I don't think it was necessary for him to just intercept it. And the decision of the referee is absolutely correct to send him out of the game. So I think it was not necessary at all to do that.
Yeah, even Sandesh Jingan picked up a yellow card in that scenario. Again, an unnecessary one. Could have been a very clean game for him as well.
Yes, this can lead to a brawl where maybe some of our players maybe manhandle some of the opposition team, and the referee linesman sees it, gives a red card. Then we're down to lesser number in the team. Then this can affect the performance of the team. So yeah, these things I think. Of course, Igor comes with a lot of experience. But I think sometimes heat of the moment, things
the moment happen. Takes over. Yeah. Okay, so we're coming to answer a lot of questions of mine, sir. I would ask you to pick your man of the match of the game. Who would be your man of the match and why?
Of course, Chhetri scored 3 goals, but I would pick Anwar Ali. For today's game, Anwar Ali as the man of the match because he was rock solid in the back, as he's always been. But today he was very good at the back. So of course, Chhetri scored 2 penalty and he chased and he got 3 goals. Of course, you cannot take it away from him. At this age, he's still scoring goals, scoring hat-trick in this kind of game is big. Amazing. So, but if you ask me to choose, I will, because of the clean sheet, I will choose Anwar Ali as the man of the match.
Also, he got an assist as well on the 4th goal.
Absolutely.
It was Anwar Ali's cross, which got us the 4th goal.
Udanta's goal.
Yes, Udanta. So, Captain, fantastic. 90 goals for the country now. What is it that keeps him going, sir? Everybody's been asking this. What is it that keeps Sunil Chhetri going?
He is a big role model for the upcoming youngsters.
Definitely.
We all talk about Cristiano Ronaldo and all, but we have in our own backyard we have Sunil Chhetri, who is proving himself every single game. Whenever he stepped on the field, he contributed. He was on and off the pitch in the Continental Cup, but the moment he came, he scored. So today he started and he scored a hat-trick. And then, he's setting a very good example of professionalism to the youngsters. His lifestyle, his habits, his way of behaving as a professional player. He's a big example. I think it's a good thing to see.
Yeah, definitely. It's an amazing thing for someone like me also to take inspiration from a disciplined lifestyle that the captain follows. Definitely, everyone should look up to him. Sir, my last and final question too would be: our upcoming matches are Kuwait and Nepal. Which of those matches do you think should be a tough opponent for India, and what should India be looking at right
now? I think both the matches will not be easy. Kuwait, of course, I think a very strong side. They have already shown in the first match they've scored. It was easy for them today, you can say. Nepal always, have been whenever they play against India, they all they give their best, and they have always caused problem for us, whenever we play them in the south. So that is also not easy, but if we can come over Kuwait game, I think will be true.
Yeah, India will be definitely looking to pick up the SAFF championship. We've won it 8 times. Looking for the ninth one now. Well, thank you, sir,
Yes.
for joining me. Thank you, sir, for joining us in today's show. We look forward to doing many of these with experts such as yourself in the future as well. Maybe we can get more people to join us as well from your view. Thank you. Thanks a lot for
Yeah.
sharing your knowledge.
My pleasure. My pleasure.